Hello everyone. Welcome to Frequency Bone Summer Music Connection 9. Yes, I think about it that it's been 9 years and a lot's gone on in 9 years. And maybe when the first of these series came out, some of the people listening could have been 9 years old. And now you're 18. And you're getting ready to go to college and you're maybe going to look at this video because maybe you've heard of me and you're thinking, wonder what these videos are about. Whether I can understand them or not. But it's been really wonderful over the years to hear different people's comments and on all different levels of life these people are writing to me. Much older, middle-aged, young people in high school, people in college or starting college, people just graduated, all sorts of people, players on different instruments. And I think, frankly, if there's 5-10 people that get something out of these videos, then it's worth it for me to do it. And I'd probably do it anyway, because it's a transmission about what I feel is important. A transmission into the world of what I feel is very important and sometimes very missing today and in the arts. Maybe you'll be able to hear me better now. I had my microphone up there. I'm sure you still heard me, but now you'll hear me better, and hopefully it wasn't too big of a shock and you can turn down your volume if you need to now. So this year, I'm going to be talking about authenticity. And the title of this series is Authenticity, a Custom Job. That's right. Authenticity means the many different levels of how I'm thinking about the word. It's interesting in the word authentic, okay? And I'm sure in authenticity, there's the word tune. And so it's very important as musicians to tune. But do you ever tune to your genuineness, your authenticity, the uniqueness of you? Some people think, oh, come on, of course, everyone does. I mean, that's just a given. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. And for some of the people a little bit younger, I'm sure you've experienced certain things when dealing with some people and they seem really genuine and, you know, they seem like they're the real deal. You know, they walk the talk. And it's okay if you realize, first of all, if you're interested in certain kinds of human development, that you know what? It might take a while for you to actually be able to walk your talk. You might have to adjust that talk. Because we're not always in a safe environment. And I just don't mean going out of the house late at night and being in areas that are troublesome where we live. I'm just talking about being able to feel in yourself safe enough to be yourself. And to be able to look at your art as something that can flow from you that's real. No one's the same. This is a theme throughout the Frequency Bone Summer Music connection. And a group, my wife, Dr. Carol Vieira, and myself have worked with different groups under the title of the Frequency Band. To tune to one's self. And this is the custom job. Every human being's a custom job. Unique. Original. Now, sometimes we don't always act and behave in this original way, in this unique way. Really singing our tone, our rhythm. And of course, in the midst of that, we fluctuate, don't we? We have different tones and different rhythms. And so how can we start to listen to ourselves more truthfully so we can move into authentic, genuine, which we were born to be? Maybe I should have titled this series Born to Be. Oh, see what a big subject it is? I always seem to want to take on these big subjects. That's because that's what my life is about. The instrument for me at this point in time is an expression of what's in me, whether anyone likes it or not. Now, when we're younger, we want people to like our playing. I wanted people to like my playing, but I wasn't going to fit in. I guess I always had a certain streak. I wasn't just going to fit in to fit in. I mean, I love playing chamber music, so I was... But who's going to lead it? People have to find it. If there's one person leading it, when sometimes there is, and if the whole group has respect for that person, there's no problem there. But if other ideas happen, and the person leading the group isn't open to any other ideas, you can have a pretty rough chamber music group. If you get someone who's more of the leader in a certain kind of way, but they know a good idea when they hear it and want to jump on it because really where they're located is trying to make the greatest music they can, then you have something special. And I did experience that at times, definitely in the Empire Brass Quintet when I was in it. From 1975 to 1980, when we won the Naumburg Prize. And made several recordings. Made the recording of the Ewald, which I think is a pretty legendary recording. And other recordings. Baroque and Renaissance. And then, of course, after I left the group, there were a lot of great trombone players in it, and they recorded a lot of other things. So, authenticity. Back to that. Not that I ever left it. What is it to be authentic? And this is, I think, important for people to think about before we go any further. Look up what the word means. I've said a few of them already. Genuine, original, the real thing, bona fide. But really think about it. Think how a blade of grass. You know how many blades of grass there are on this planet? None of them are the same. But you can look at all of them and say, this is authentic grass, unless there's some other kinds of interesting hybrid things going on about it. If there are hybrid things about it and, genetically engineered type things, there's still not going to be one that's exactly the same. No snowflake that's ever fallen has been exactly the same. But yet you could say in certain areas, this is real snow. Think about it. I don't want to even give away too much this first time. I want to dig in there and see if anyone wants to write about it and talk about it. But what I was saying earlier about tuning to oneself, there's different ways someone can do that. Sometimes getting in touch with nature, meaning go to a place that there's, not so many buildings around, so you can see more plants, more animals, get a bigger view of the sky and the hills, the birds, goats and lambs, cows, different things. Or look at each person and realize when you walk past them, that person has no double. Now, there might be people on a sympathetic resonance to them in a lot of different ways, physically, mentally, or emotionally, or all those combinations. Still, that person's unique. And so are you. And so the art that can come out of you can really, it's up to you to tailor it, customize it. Not just have a cookie cutter. I remember we were having a bathroom refinished. This is many years ago. And the man came over, very good, worker. He was great with tiles, and he's put a lot of bathrooms together and all this. And he had this idea. He saw the bathroom and he thought, yep, he's going to do one of his bathrooms. And my wife knew exactly what she wanted in the bathroom on all levels. So she said, actually, here's what I'd like. Deet, dot, and probably had some drawings too. Maybe we even had, I don't know, some architect helped a little bit, but that turned out not to be that great. So anyway, my point is in all this, he said, oh, you want a custom bathroom? Which means maybe not the bathtub everyone gets. Maybe not the exact toilet everyone gets. And not the same mirror or tile layout. But he was just saying, oh, this is a custom bathroom. I hope teachers are listening to this. Because you're dealing with people, and they're unique. And how are you going to get them to be authentic if you're not? Now, you might be born unique and original, but then there's something funny that happens, right? We start mixing with a lot of other people, and we pick up different things, and that's okay. That's part of it. That's part of it. But if it gets to be all of it, and you start to lose a bit of you, I'm not sure that's so good or beneficial for your life or the life on this planet. Now, if some other people have helped you refine out of certain behaviors, that could be very good, that weren't, useful to you or others. So I think being with other people is important. Don't get me wrong. The kind of people. And someone who you can actually feel safe to be yourself with. Are you safe to be yourself with you? Different environments create different opportunities. And not all the time do we feel safe to be ourselves. I'm talking about a self with standards and, want to basically Be good to another unique being. Appreciate their uniqueness. And there's a lot of stress in the world, so we have to combat that. So, think about this odd introduction into Frequency Bone Summer Music Connection 9. And in certain circles, the number 9 can stand for a certain kind of completeness. Think of a human being, as a great mentor of mine said. Human being takes 9 months to be born. So maybe that's the human year is actually maybe 9 months. Planetary year, 12. Interesting thought, isn't it? The only thing with that is I'm much older than I am then. But why don't I end here with a bit of a meditation and this thought that last year, at this time, almost exactly, except by one day, because today's June 28th. Last year I made a video of a year of my, called the Recovery Series, Frequency Band. I think that's what it called, the Frequency Bone Summer Music Connection 8 Recovery Series. And people just listening to me for the very first time, me picking up the horn in 2.5 months after having an operation. So here we are a year later. And things are different. I'm not the same person, totally. At core essence, absolutely. But other things have been added on to make sure that that essence, that spirit, can even flare, brighten, lighten more. This is a choice, or it might seem that way. So here's a little something called Meditative Longing. I'm going to do a slightly shorter version of it. My world premiered it last night, actually.
Wow.